And good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning.
Hello.
It doesn't matter really where you are in the world as long as you are happy and enjoying yourself whilst listening to the TGS podcast, which is what this is.
Yes.
Funnily enough, if you hadn't gathered that by now, I am joined by TGS Souchy Boy, otherwise known as Keith Souch.
Hello.
And this week, Ruben, you are TGS Chimichanga.
Yes.
You are still TGS. I just want to confirm that you still are, because you never know. You never know. Ruben Shaw with us. Also, are we to be joined by anyone else today?
It's possible. People may drop in and drop out.
We have somewhat of a kind of an open studio today, don't we?
Absolutely.
So that could happen. Okay, as always, each week we like to discuss, observe, and chew over things that are happening in the world of movies, video games, television, entertainment. Hey, if it's fun, we'll take a look at it.
Yeah. And if it's not fun, we'll probably take a look at that as well.
And my pants.
And take the mickey out of it.
Which is exactly what they do to my pants. They take a look at them and they take in Mickey and a look at and that. Today my brain is backwards. How's yours, Keith?
Yes, falobble dib dob dib.
What's happening?
That's Clark Nice.
Yes.
So each week we like to kind of make this an audio and a visual thing. So we will always be playing a game on screen for you to enjoy.
And today we're playing Dead Rising 3 with the upcoming Dead Rising 4 coming out. I just thought, dust this one off, give it a bit of a breather, take it out, give it a bit of a flap in. And maybe play
bit of a flagellating.
This game as well.
So let's talk about Dead Rising 3 actually, because Dead Rising, in comparison to, because just last week we were playing Dead Island.
Yeah, and we've also heard as well that Dead Rising 1 and all of the 2s, which I think is about 5 different games for 2. Like
it's a lot.
The records, the other. There was the
like
prequel
case
files. Yeah, there was all sorts of stuff going on with that one.
Right.
So they're all getting HD. Well, I say HD. They're getting tweaks for Xbox One and PS4 and PC, which is interesting because some of those games will be the first time they're available on any other platform except Microsoft platforms.
Okay, that's interesting. What I love about these games personally is they're just batshit fucking crazy.
Well, certainly after 2 started that. I mean, 1 was a little bit more serious, even though the character wasn't. And it could be frustrating with all the save points. 2 sort of pushed out on that again, and you could just really, kill more stuff, basically. And there were more combo weapons to combine. And then 3, the Xbox One capability allowed them to just push the sheer amount of zombies on screen, or NPCs on screen at any one time, and it made it actually feel like a real horde, which is nice.
This amazed me because when you first the Xbox One was first issued, you had this.
You can see I'm dressed like an idiot. That's because obviously I played this game before, and I've got quite a few unlocks. So I think you racked up I think it was the first weekend, wasn't it, that you had this, and we watched. We were kind of sat around and watched you rack up this incredible death rate. It's still the same kill score. So my kill score is currently at 118,000, nearly 119,000.
119,000
right, so
zombies.
this podcast is going to last roughly an hour, so I'm going to see if I can get to 200,000 in that time.
In that hour?
Yeah.
Okay. Challenge.
I might not make it, but I reckon I can get close. As soon as I've got vehicles, then...
Challenge set. We're going to go for the 200,000 kill rate.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Oh, you're a zombie killer, so...
There was a movie for this as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, the first one's really good. The second one came out not long ago and is not so good. It took itself too seriously. It was the first one was ridiculous, the same way as the series is of the games.
Okay.
So watch Dead Rising Watchtower as computer game, video game movies goes. It's pretty good. As B-movie horror goes, it's pretty damn good. So the second one, meh.
Yeah. It's alright. Meh.
Yeah.
It's like meh. The first I haven't seen the second one, but we watched the first one together, didn't we?
Yeah, surprisingly good.
Wow, I think
you can watch it for free on Crackle.
Yeah, we were just kind of like, hey, it's free.
Yeah.
It's not that should, sway in its judgment, but why not? It's there. Let's stream it, see what happens. And yeah, very impressed.
Yeah.
Very impressed. I actually was enjoying that. I think we were on the back end of some craziness or another that meant we were just literally on death's doorstep in terms of tiredness, and that kept us awake, didn't it?
Yeah.
As I recall, it was just like going, really should be sleeping, but no, this is too good. So that's a credit to something that's essentially independent and a B movie,
Yeah.
and being streamed for free. That movie was not sold. Could you buy it though? Eventually, could you get it on Blu-ray or DVD?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, we'll check that out. As
Yeah,
well
no,
as
you definitely
Sure
should.
you can.
as well as
Yeah.
all of the
Yeah.
Dead Rising collective, because say it does take things to the extreme, but also extremes of comedy as well.
Yeah.
It's certainly very funny, and you can do things like you're doing right now. You've customized yourself to be quite amusing. Is that a skirt you're wearing?
Yes. Because why wouldn't I?
Well, in
can
this
I
case-
access my vehicles yet? Oh, I can't access my vehicles yet. Oh, that's a real shame. Okay.
You should. I thought you was okay.
I
know
started
how-
again, so
Oh, you've started over. All right. Okay.
yeah.
But it's kept your kill
My
score.
progress, my personal progress will still be there. Anything that I found, etc. Which, to be honest, I found most of the stuff pretty much. I'm pretty close to 100% completion on this game, so
That's cool.
yeah.
How many overall, like 100% completion, could be quite an achievement, can't it? For certainly the larger games. How many 100% completions would you say you've got?
I don't know.
Or do we not have enough time for that?
I don't know. 100% completions. Oh, God knows. It's got to be getting near triple figures
You
for the
reckon?
actual game. Like not necessarily
It's
achievement
probably
points.
close.
'Cause it's like, well,
Yeah.
I mean, to get some of those 100% like is ridiculous. Because sometimes achievement points, a lot of those depend on multiplayer and online stuff.
ridiculous.
I mean, for actual 100% achievements, I've probably got somewhere in the region of 40 to 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
Admittedly,
you,
quite a few
Ruben?
of those are Lego games.
Yeah.
But I just like the Lego games.
Which, by the way, if you haven't seen yet, are Lego Star Wars Force Awakens collectible videos.
Yeah.
They're out there. Some interesting
I've got to
walkthroughs
stop
there.
throwing my weapon.
Check them out because a lot of other people have, and they're finding them quite useful. So if you still haven't reached that level yet with Force Awakens, Lego Star Wars, then by all means do. We will help you find your missing bits.
Yes.
We're always good to help people
Alright,
find.
so what else has happened this week?
I saw Star Trek.
Did you? How was that?
That happened. Okay, it's very good.
Ooh.
It's very, very
Is
good.
it actually though?
Yeah, it is actually. It hasn't lost anything by not having, because there was fear. This is the first time out without
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams in the director's chair.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
And
exactly.
obviously
like it, yeah.
being replaced by Justin Lin, which I don't think is a bad thing, and we talked about this before.
No, historically he's done pretty well.
Yeah, he's made 5-star movies that we've given 5s to. So this,
Five-star
on the other
movies
hand,
we've given 5s to.
yeah, 5-star movies that we've given 5s to, deservedly so.
Yeah. Yay, weapons
This
drop
isn't a 5 though.
And for why not?
It's close to a 5. Like it's in 5's face, rubbing its nose and leaning gently towards it. It's so close to a 5. It's actually quite frustrating in my.
All right. Did you
Muddled
give
brain.
the others the last two?
And the last 2 were 5s, yeah. And here's kind of my thinking, and
Okay.
maybe you guys can help me put my finger on this because I don't want to spoil anything, but at the same time, I don't know what it is. I'm going to hit this point first before I go on to the positives, but I kind of felt like with Star Trek Into Darkness, I came out of that movie wanting to go straight back in again.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't quite agree, but yeah, I preferred the first.
The
But
first
again,
one,
with
I would say I would have done
the
that
kind
with.
of feeling
Yeah.
that you got from the first one, you would have happily gone back in and watched it again.
Yeah, I didn't get that with the
Yeah.
second though.
Okay, but that's okay because that still kind of holds up my point. I don't get that at all from Star Trek Beyond, and and again, don't take that in a negative way.
Why not?
It-
What if I want to?
Okay, if you want to take that in a negative way, it's entirely up to you. But it's very, 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 very good, but it's still not quite on that level. I personally think Into Darkness is my favourite of those 3.
Really?
I know probably you're leaning towards the first one, but
Yeah,
either
definitely.
way,
it's not.
it's
It's
still-
not in the lean.
it's still
I'm there.
not. It's still not on that level with the first one, but it's close.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think that's in any
Where's
way.
my lightsaber gone? I know I made
Uh,
one.
uh, uh, it's not a bad thing. It's a very, very, very good movie. Idris Elba's amazing.
Well, that's to be expected.
And
He's
I
amazing
can't
in
really,
everything.
I don't want to really elaborate on that without spoiling anything either, because there's a nice plot thread that he's got,
Oh, I forgot. You got to kill a certain amount to
Which-
restop the. Yeah.
which
Oh,
is
well.
great. And yeah,
Is it a
bringing a new big bad to the universe, and that's all good. Yeah, it's got everything it needs to have. It's got the 3 acts. It's got your kind of big bad showdown at the end, which is what you want, and all the kind of good stuff. And it's laden with Easter eggs.
Yeah.
So many Easter eggs, like even super nerdy Easter eggs, like for die-hard fans that probably other people wouldn't pick up.
Yeah.
That the stuff's all in there, and I think that a lot of that is coming from Peg, because Peg is as die-hard as
He is.
Yeah.
He's a self-confessed nerd.
Absolutely. He does a fantastic job of writing.
Yeah.
He does a fantastic job, and he's quite right. He pointed out in interviews, and we'd seen, and again last week's podcast, he discussed the fact that we haven't really trekked. You
No,
know, we haven't
absolutely
boldly
not.
gone.
Yeah, yeah. It's always sort of been Earth-based. They hadn't even got on their mission, and now they're like 3 years into it. I kind of feel a bit gypped.
What into this? Yeah, they are. This is essentially the movie does start 3 years into their 5-year mission, because it's been 3 years since Into Darkness,
Yeah.
which is the way they've
Okay.
done that. So it's kind of chronological. But yeah, I kind of felt that way as well. As soon
Yeah,
as he
because
said,
surely the whole point of Star Trek was that 5-year mission.
yeah,
Like, so don't we want to see that 5-year mission?
yeah. So you get a very funny opening, which is, again, that's all for you
So
guys
apparently
to go and find
Netflix
out.
are getting the Star Trek TV series as well.
Well,
Not
that'd be
gonna jump
awesome.
off too much.
Yes.
I heard it's going to Netflix.
Hmm.
I don't think it's
Yes,
going to
it
be
is.
just Netflix. I think it'll probably still be.
No,
Was it CBS as
they've got-
well?
CBS will
Yeah, they've
distribute
got-
it, I imagine.
First rights. So I guess they'll have it for a while.
Because that'll be. I think that'll be like. Yeah, it's the way Amazon have got Preacher and Lucifer. You know, other people
Yeah,
still
yeah.
own those rights.
Yeah.
And there are a few shows on Netflix where that is the case.
Yeah, I think that'll work. But as you were saying, the 5-year mission thing, I also felt that when I was watching it. It was like, we're 3 years into our 5-year mission. I was like, oh, I feel like I've missed something. So straight off the bat, you kind of feel like I want to see what happened in that 3 years.
Yeah.
And I don't think the TV show has got anything to do with that, has it? Or don't we know that
Well,
much
it
yet?
probably is connected. It's still under Bad Robot, I think.
I'm sure maybe that
It'd
we
probably
may
be.
find
It'd
that
probably
out.
be collected the same way that Generations was connected.
It's close. It's very close to a 5. It's very close to a 5. It's there. I mean, it certainly has some of the most spectacular action sequences I've ever seen in a Star Trek movie. But
Yeah.
that's to be expected again from your director. You know, if there weren't lots of, explosions, spectacle,
Testicles,
speed,
wallets,
fighting.
watches.
You know, you're investing in the wrong guy. That's what he brings to the table. Justin Lin is uniquely great at action and adventure in that respect. So
certainly,
you get that
I
delivery
don't
from it,
disagree with that at all.
and it's it's
Is it-
big. The best way to describe
Is it
is
still
big.
character driven though?
It is character driven.
Because that's
Yes, it
for
is.
me
But they,
what Star Trek is about.
yeah, it is, and those bonds are still there, and that all works. And they're kind of
Why not do combos?
we kind of find them introspective at the moment, because we're finding Kirk at a point in the story where he's 3 years in, and to be honest, he's kind of bored. And that's where it kind of picks up. You find Kirk sort of
Alright,
yearning for some adventure, because essentially, he's got a nose for danger, and that's what he loves. And then obviously, to summarise, they get a distress call, and it all goes pear-shaped from there, without giving any spoilers.
Yeah.
Because that
So
would
did
bring...
you read what JJ was saying about Anton? About how he's not going to.
I disagree with
replace
this.
Him.
I disagree with it.
Do you?
He's not
Okay.
going to
Yeah,
replace him.
absolutely. Right. I love Anton Yelchin. I've gone on record saying I love all his movies. It makes me very, very sad to think there'll be no more Rod Thomas with him in or anything like that. Like, and
Yeah.
he's pretty much in. Even if he's in a bad movie, he's pretty much like one of the greatest things in it.
Like Fright Night.
But the character isn't his. The character belongs to the Star Trek fans.
It does.
Okay.
But I was talking
And I
to
don't
someone...
think that like if I was playing an iconic character that people love, I don't think I'd want to deny people that if I died.
But this was a subject of debate actually in London yesterday, and two
Like,
sides
and at the end of the day, it's not his character.
two sides of it that were discussed. First of all, were that You're quite right. That's a good viewpoint, and one of the
You know,
viewpoints.
Walter Koenig, like James Dugan's
Dumbledore.
dead. James Dugan's dead. Like, but Simon Pegg can play him. Leonard Nimoy's dead. But Zachary Quinto's playing him. And I don't mean this to sound harsh.
Very good point.
But they're not their characters. And who can say that Zachary Quinto is definitely Spock? When you say Spock, right, you think Leonard Nimoy, right? So that's his character.
Yeah.
Right, in that argument sense. But
there's some beautiful tribute work to Leonard Nimoy in the movie, by the way, which they've written into the story.
I'm positive there is, yeah.
Which you need to look out for. But obviously Anton came much later, after the movie was finished. But
and this doesn't sound. I don't mean this to sound harsh as well. But he's kind of a bit character, right? He doesn't get any of the screen time that the main three do.
He does. I think he gets a little bit more to do in the second one, but overall in the universe, no.
No, overall, in comparison to the conversations that have gone on between Spock, Kirk, and Bones, he might have had maybe 0.05% of an impact in comparison to those three. So at the end of the day, the way I see it, I love the guy. He's fantastic. Definitely he is.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not denying that. I'm not debating that. I'm not putting him down. I really do think that where JJ's coming from is an honourable place, but it's not his character. It's not Walter Koenig's character.
It's the same way Batman
that's interesting.
is played by many people.
Yeah,
that was interesting. But the other points that were made yesterday.
Yeah, if Sean Connery dies, has everyone got to stop playing James Bond?
Yeah. Well, look what happened with Harris in Harry Potter. This was someone said yesterday. Well,
he was replaced. Yeah,
Harris had to be replaced because they set
if it
things
was a
in
character
motion.
that at some point they'd written themselves and thought we definitely want to bring this guy back, and then the actor died, then fine. But it's an established character for well over 50 years. You don't get to say, well, we're not going to replace that. It's not fair.
The other point that was made was also that Chekhov before now has gone off to run security councils and has not been seen anywhere on the Enterprise. So even if they decided for this next movie, or Abrams decided for this next movie, he doesn't want to go to that place yet. You could just write Chekhov's character out as off into the doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah, but then you haven't
That's
got the crew of
before.
the Enterprise. It's just my point. It didn't matter in all the old movies or the old TV series, whatever. Even if it started off and it was only a couple of them, by the end of the movie they were all there.
There's that point.
Yeah.
There were many theories flying around, and that was obviously being heavily discussed yesterday. About what the best thing would be to do. I think what you were saying with the greatest will in the world, it's a noble and touching thing. But it is too soon as well. But right now, if they are putting together a fourth movie, then nobody wants to replace him. Nobody wants to replace him. I don't want him replaced, but he's fantastic.
So answering my question, you guys did hear about that then?
Yes, yeah, we did.
We discussed it ourselves yesterday, and then it was obviously a point of discussion at the screening, and people were sort of touched by the tribute.
Well, I'm glad it's a good movie. Again, not much of a Star Trek fan myself, but I have enjoyed the last few movies. I liked Wrath of Khan originally. Of course I did. Who wouldn't? You'd have to be an idiot not to like that movie.
Yeah.
It's basically Hunt for Red October in space. It's awesome.
No, it's really good, and like I say, it does everything it should do. It gives you everything you would expect from a Star Trek movie, and that's the essential thing. I don't think these kind of rumors are, it's more of the same. Well, that's what you're paying for. That's what you go for. You want more of those characters. You want more adventures, and it does everything it should. It's funny, it's big, it's loud, it's got heart, it's got all the things you would expect from it. But I found that it didn't. The other movies.
I made it to 120,000, by the way.
You did it. Oh, you're up to 120,000.
Yeah.
You gotta. There were some things about the other movies that I don't know, like an emotional punch to the gut. On occasions, and other times there was kind of spectacle, and I think that's Abrams' magic. I think it's kind of missing Abrams in that respect. Do you know what I mean? His touch.
Well, he's going to do the fourth one. Yeah, is that correct? Is that what
he is?
saying?
Absolutely, yeah. He's doing the fourth one, so he's coming back for that. I think it's just missing that little extra touch.
That in itself seems a little bit odd.
Why didn't he do this one?
Well, because he was doing Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Aye.
But it's fantastic. I mean, to wrap it up, you know, it's a 4 pushing a 5. So lots to look forward to. 100% positively, you must go and see it,
Cool.
especially if you saw the other two.
Right, now we've finished talking about funny death. What else we got to talk about?
Wait. Before you move on, is the 3D any good? Is it worth watching in IMAX?
I did see it in 3D, actually.
You did?
I saw it. No, I didn't see it in 3D.
Oh, you didn't?
No, we saw it in IMAX.
Okay.
But we didn't have IMAX 3D. Which, to be honest,
Okay.
I'm not.
Never
I
mind.
wasn't at all bothered. It's kind of become. It's an interesting thing, isn't it? 3D. You kind of take it or leave it.
I think it looks better on home cinema 3D.
Yeah, I wasn't. A very long time ago, I think we started being less bothered by it. We were just like, oh.
Marvel were responsible for that. Disney and Marvel were responsible for that.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's like, yeah, come on, you've got Thor. Throw your hammer out the screen, Thor. Like, give us a reason why it's 3D. Like, none of that ever happened.
Yeah. Like, actually
but-
show some spectacle in that regard.
Don't get me
yeah.
wrong. When Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5
Yes.
finally hit, I'm seeing them bastards in 3D.
Oh, of course, because Avatar pushed
Yeah.
the envelope.
Because you know he'll deliver. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm glad I saw Star Wars in 3D.
Yeah,
If only for the basis of the fact that I can't buy it on home cinema yet. But also, there was stuff I noticed in that I didn't notice
Yeah.
before in the 3D version. Just purely because you could see it better.
yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yeah.
But I wasn't kind of phased at all. It was kind of like the thing, you know. As you know, with press screenings, we take what we can get. but yeah, it's more often than not with a screening you will get a 2D print, especially if you see it early enough. The 3D prints aren't ready yet, and that's kind of where we're at with that. So for me, really, it was like, well, we're going to show it to you in IMAX. I'm like, yep, that'll do.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm getting the scale of the
Right.
movie, and that's what I wanted.
Okay, we've got an hour-long
Yeah.
podcast. We just spent 10, 15 minutes on Star Trek.
That's movie of the week.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. That's out now. That's this week. BFG is also out. Which
What a bad week to come out.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Yeah, seriously. Whose idea was that? Well done. Let's do a slow clap.
Yeah. Congratulations.
An actual slow clap. Well done. Yeah, it's a shame really, because
Absolutely.
I
it's a
wanted
shame.
it to perform better here, and I think it still will perform better here.
Well, yeah, because
But they are vying-
in comparison to what they spent on it elsewhere.
But the thing is, you're harking back to a book that was made many years ago, and
I don't think that counts as Roald Dahl.
and Star Trek is celebrating 50 years this year. So it's like,
Just because a book's many years old doesn't mean it's not
oh
popular.
no, absolutely not. But it's competing box office.
There's a whole group of people, like, I don't know, it's almost like a religion that buy a single book every year.
But you know, these movies essentially are competing for each
I mean,
other.
Lord of the Rings is a pretty old book. That did quite well.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, we are dealing with two long-serving franchises
Alice of the Looking Glass did well.
that are coming out in the same week,
Recently.
and that's the thing. We're dealing with two long-serving franchises, and they're being released in the same weekend.
Yeah.
Which is not the case, obviously, for our friends in the States. I think those guys had those things separately, didn't they?
I believe so.
But yeah, so that's certainly a kind of a problem there. But you know, I still think BFG will do better here. I'm just going to stand by that.
Yeah, I
I
think
think it will, because it's a British institution. But we'll see how they both do. At time of recording, I haven't seen BFG, so I can't honestly.
I mean,
comment.
on one hand, though, it's a good time to release it because, you know, summer holidays has just begun. Kids are just broken up from school. I'm sure it'll do quite good money.
I think so. It's perfectly timed. That's for sure. But yeah, those are kind of the two.
The premiere
two
looked
releases
pretty
this
cool.
week. Premiere did look cool, didn't it? We were
yeah,
were there.
we did see that.
We were there. Yeah, that looked awesome. And full complement of stars out for that, and it was a beautiful day for it as well. So
Yeah, perfect.
Well, other than when it was raining.
yeah,
I didn't.
but
see
I
it,
think we
but
escaped
yeah.
that.
You didn't see rain when we were there.
We escaped
Ah,
the
I
worst
must have
of
been
it.
inside.
No,
We escaped the worst of it.
you must have got inside quickly after we left you because it started raining the second we left
Yeah.
you.
Really?
Shades
Yeah.
went on, shades came off.
Yeah.
But the premiere still went on, and it certainly brightened up again by the time everybody arrived. So that's the main thing, I guess. But yeah, let's hope it does well. I want it to do well. I should absolutely want to root for that because it's a childhood thing, especially for us. But anywho, yes.
Right,
so those
any
two are
video
out.
game news.
Yeah,
I mean, we've definitely got to talk about idiots on Pokemon Go, haven't we? For a little bit.
I think we've got to. Yeah.
Like, seriously, it shouldn't be called Pokemon Go. It should be called it should just be called Darwin Awards. Because that's what it is. It's rehashing that. Like, if you're stupid enough to be killed whilst playing Pokemon Go, we don't need you. Like,
Wait, is that actually happening?
yeah, people like there was guys that got shot at. There was like, I don't know whether anyone's actually died yet, but people have been severely injured. Like, 2 guys walked off a
Ow.
cliff.
What?
Two
Yeah,
guys
that happened.
2 guys together walked off a cliff and fell 51 meters off a cliff.
Wow.
I think it was meters.
Okay.
It might have been feet. Either way, not good. I'd rather fall 51 feet though, I think. But
But
Yeah,
seriously?
it's lots of positives and negatives with Pokemon Go. And the
I enjoy it.
negatives,
I think it's
the
fun. I
negatives
haven't
seem
walked
to be
off a
getting
cliff
all the
yet.
press. Of course they are. But yeah, no, walking off cliff happened.
yeah.
It took me a while.
People
to,
have been
to-
hit
to-
by cars, like just walking out on the roads. People, as I say, some people have strayed onto private property and got shot at.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
that
Um,
happens.
Just proves. I weep for the human race at points like this. Really.
It's taking over though. 100%. I went to a park near here. I had to meet someone. I had to stroll through. This sounds sinister, doesn't it? I just anywhere near as sinister as I'm making this sound. Yeah, we.
So you say.
I
You
had
wouldn't
to.
tell us if it was, would you?
I had to go through the park, and I counted at least 50 people. 50 in Victoria Park, which Keith will know where that is.
I'm sure quite a lot of people will.
Is 50 people all playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah. Ridiculous. I say.
Yeah, but you gave it a try, didn't you?
I gave it a try just purely on the basis of journalism.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't touched it since. I got to a level 5 and went, right, that's enough.
So
Right.
did you not feel inspired at
I'm
all?
Generation X, mate. I'm not a millennial. You know? You know?
Yeah.
I was just, like, Pokemon, I was like, what, 3-4 years out. Too old to kick it off in its popularity. It just doesn't interest me. And I think the gameplay is kind of dull. I think it's getting way too much credit. Like, you walk around, and then there's yet another Caterpie, and you throw your ball at it, and you got it. And then
It's better if you throw your phone. Works
I think it might be. Because
Or walk around poking people with your phone.
yeah, I don't think-
Pokemon.
I don't think you deserve a phone if that's all you're doing with it. Like, oh my god.
Now, while we're talking about this, actually, there's a very interesting story that's just popped up, which beautifully links with what we're saying. But the Japanese government have issued warnings ahead of release.
Yes, but the fact that you have to issue warnings
To
worries
players.
the hell out of me.
It's an interesting news story. It is. Let's just have a look at the facts here.
Like, on the-
They've issued a one-page flyer apparently that warns players of potential danger and issues they could encounter while searching for Pokemon. That's insane. Rocket News 24 apparently obtained the flyer just to give those guys a heads up.
Right, on the beginning screen, right, anybody who's played this game knows this. On the beginning screen, it's got this thing that you often get stuck on because it decides it's not going to work. And it says, be
Yeah.
careful of your surroundings. And basically, the warning says that, but the picture looks like, because otherwise you might miss a Pokemon.
Yeah, it doesn't say that someone might
I
attack you.
actually
if
have
there's-
the
stealing
safety
your
do's
phone.
and don'ts. Does anybody want to hear them?
Go on, yeah.
It says, protect
go,
your
go,
personal
yeah.
information. Be careful of fake apps and cheat tools. You should definitely download a weather app. Be careful of heat stroke. Carry a reserve battery for your phone. Be prepared so you can contact your family. Don't enter dangerous areas. Be careful of people who say they want to meet you. And do not walk while using your phone. That's the flyer.
But the whole
What?
point of the thing is to walk whilst using
That's
your
the
phone.
whole point. You have to walk 10 kilometers to even hatch some
I don't
eggs.
like people
Not that I've
who.
played it
I
that
don't
much.
like walking and texting. Like, I don't like walking and smoking. Like, I'm not saying anyone should smoke, but I do smoke. But I only ever smoke where I'm not going to be walking about or anything like that because I don't like that. I like to just walk. And, pay attention to my surroundings, not die. All things I'm fond of. Like, don't be a general nuisance to society. I've been cut up by someone. Just walked straight out in front of me. Didn't even see me because they were Pokemon going.
They're going to be Pokemon.
I mean, to be
They
fair,
were very gone.
Yeah, but there it
Yeah.
is. There it is. That's what I was waiting for.
my son hates going outside. He's addicted to all things screen, and
Now,
this has
see,
got him
this is
out.
what
He's done
no,
10 kilometers.
This is the only advantage I think. But then I think you should choose your surrounding. Like if you go out for a family
I
trip,
mean, we
to,
go
like
to the
say down
woods,
here, we could go
so-
to the Forest of Bear or Queen Elizabeth Country Park or something like that.
yeah,
Fine.
yeah.
Go out proper hunting for stuff like they do in the game in forests and shit like that.
Well,
I mean,
that's
generally
exactly
they
what
only
we
go
do.
to the towns to fight in gyms and shit, don't they? And go to the hospitals or whatever they are. Again, I don't really know all the names because not
It's
what
normally when
interests me.
Team Rocket attack.
But yes, you go to cities and stuff. But then they normally go hunting in fields and by rivers and depending on where they're going to try and get it because these Pokemon are supposed to be wild. And the only wild animal we've got that goes through urban areas is foxes.
Or me.
I mean, I can hear your negativity, but I love it. I mean, I grew up with my younger brother playing Pokemon and watching Pokemon on the Game Boy.
I'm just saying
watching
you
the
shouldn't be allowed to
never-ending
walk
same
around the
story.
streets and doing it. That should be like policed. And again, I don't think the police need to bother with it. It should be something that it should be common sense. I just think that you're asking for something bad to happen, and it's proving that it's going to happen to someone, and it's already started. And that's only within what
Darwin
2 weeks of
Award.
release. That's crazy. It's going to get bad. But again, there are major advantages. You could start like major things where you get like great big groups of people together, have a great time, go hunting for them like proper country parks and stuff. But then again, I mean, what's the point of seeing all that scenery and all those like lovely things to look at if you just spend the whole time looking at the screen as well? I can see the point of it in one way, and in the other, I'm like, but the world's so vast. If you're gonna go walking around in it, just check some of that shit out. Like, go in a museum, learn some shit.
And catch some Pokemon while you're there.
I have hard enough time trying to get my son off the computer during the day, because again, autistic, like lives on the computer. I don't need to encourage him to be walking around like that either as well. I just he has enough screen simulation. I'm not taking away from it because sometimes it's the only place he'll communicate with people, and I give him that. But social interaction is important, and if you're spending your whole time looking through a screen, I'm not too sure how good that is. But I do think if you made a big trip out of it, a big day out, we're going to country park or whatever, have a picnic, pack a lunch, stay for the day. I mean, God, turn it into a week-long holiday. Do something like the Great Lakes or something like that, or the Lake District here. Like, try and catch Pokemon at different roadside attractions or something. That would be interesting.
I mean,
But to do
it
it
is a-
in
it's a very
everyday
good point.
population, where people are walking around trying to operate, like, especially in cities, you bump into someone in a city, they could take your fucking head off.
That's true.
So do it in an environment where you're going to be safe, where you've done some research before you get there, or at least a responsible adult has, and then go out and actually enjoy the fresh air, enjoy the day, and just enjoy gaming. And I think that's probably the best way to do it.
Speaking of catching them all,
We're going to talk about STDs now.
no, we're not going to talk about STDs.
Have you got any treatment for all that yet?
Speaking of catching them all,
Gotta catch 'em all.
there's a rumour
VD man.
flying around. There's a rumour flying around today that actually these actually should be available now, but Microsoft is adding a number of Xbox 360 games to the Xbox One's backwards Compatibility. Say that.
Compatibility.
Say that when you're drunk.
How long before the Digimon version's out? Do you reckon?
Compatibility.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yes, backwards compatibility. Titles being added to the catalogue this week, so you should be able to get these now. If this is actually accurate information. Sonic the Hedgehog 4, episodes 1 and 2.
Okay, I've got those.
Fret Nice.
What?
Fret Nice.
Don't know what that is.
Bionic Commando Rearmed 2.
Okay.
What?
Crystal Defenders.
Okay.
Neo Geo Battle Coliseum.
Okay.
The Capcom Arcade Cabinet.
I might have that.
And Pac-Man Museum. So these will be added to the backwards compatibility catalogue. And you should be able to get them now.
What? Right now?
So that should be a thing. Go look for that. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But I'm trying to stay ahead of the curve here.
We will find you.
You will find me. You will
Check
find
their
me.
skills.
www.
I will find you.
Findjohn.com.
Yeah,
Okay.
that also works. So yeah, there's some. Oh no.
Oh no.
There's some oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
There's some oh no.
Back to Pokemon.
Go on. Has anyone died yet?
No, but there will be a Detective Pikachu live-action movie produced by Legendary Entertainment.
Live
Yeah,
action.
I heard
Detective Pikachu.
Live action.
Detective Pikachu.
Live action.
Detective.
Where detective come from in that?
That's what it says, man.
Yes, but where and why?
I'm just going to cite my source here, GameSpot.com, because I think that's the right thing to do. But yeah, Legendary. And so I'm quoting directly from the guys at GameSpot. Thanks to them.
Yeah, cheers.
Legendary Entertainment has secured the rights to make a Pokemon movie and is partnering with the Pokemon Company to launch a live-action Pokemon film franchise, starting with a Detective Pikachu movie. Source Variety.
I understand the idea of Pokemon movies. I understand the idea of focusing on Pikachu. He's kind of like, the poster boy. But the word detective throws me for a fucking loop. Like,
Oh, no, it gets better. Gets better. Right.
we're gonna have Rear Admiral Jigglypuff. Is that number 2?
Source Variety reports the film will be fast-tracked to begin production in 2017.
Go on.
This makes it likely so that they may ride on the popularity of the Pokemon Go wave. No fucking shit.
Well, that's some good reporting right there.
It will likely.
That's one of the times
Well
that you could have
done.
actually made up the report and been accurate.
will likely. It's likely that they're doing this to ride off the back of Pokemon Go. But really, you think that's why they're doing it? I hadn't have thought. I hadn't have guessed
Well,
that.
it looks like they had Detective Pikachu on the job.
Pikachu!
Yeah.
About
At
as
the end
much
of
as
the
that
day,
right now.
That's not how it goes. It says Pika. Do it right.
Detective Brain Damaged Monkey could have figured that out.
Rumours had been surfacing of a bidding war for a Pokemon movie between Legendary and Warner Brothers. Now, here's the funny thing. I thought Legendary was owned by Warner Brothers. But apparently not. Legendary is apparently owned by Chinese conglomerate Wanda Group, who acquired the company in January this year. Okay, so maybe they bought it off of Warner.
What a strange thing for Warner to sell.
Yeah, and now they're essentially competing with their old selves. It's a bit weird. Who writes this shit? Really?
Detective Pikachu writes it.
One can only hope that Danny DeVito will go on to voice Pikachu in the live-action movie. Now that's a movie I'd watch.
No.
DeVito as the voice of Pikachu.
Ron Perlman. Like, really gruff. Like, serious. Sounds like he's going to eat people.
The live-action movie will
Pikachu.
star Detective Pikachu. It's not known if the film will have any ties to the Detective Pikachu video game that exists, which was released in Japan this year. The game stars Pikachu in the role of a detective, and unlike
No. Surely not.
and unlike any other Pokemon, this Pikachu
You
is
jest.
capable of speaking.
And rape.
No. What?
Detective Pikachu.
That's what it says
Rapist. It may as well, because
What?
I swear I'm not making this stuff up. Raven's very confused now. What have we done to him? So that's a bit of gaming news for you,
Pikachu's
lovelies.
talking. They can't do that.
Pikachu
No,
is
this is
talking
a bad
and
idea.
raping, apparently.
Well, yes, because if he's how else can he detect stuff and like ask questions if he can't talk?
Well, everybody else in the world seems to understand me. They're going Pika, Pika, Pikachu, and then I go, oh, really? Wow, that's amazing.
I just think they're humouring him.
I'm Groot. Yeah. So, what else is occurring in the world of what this? Okay, what did you? What that's disturbed me and distracted me all at the same time.
Did it arouse you?
No, it didn't arise. Arise, Sir John of Asda. Anyway, Sir George of Asda, and that
Sir John of autoerotic exfoliation.
asphyxiation, and that. This one keeps popping up. I keep seeing this a lot. That Square Enix have announced an RPG for the Apple Watch.
Wait, what did you call them? Enix?
Square Enix.
Yeah, I call them that as well.
What do you
Really?
call them?
Is it not
Yeah,
Enix?
Square Enix.
Square Enix.
Nah, Enix just sounds too Western.
I read that guy's name wrong.
Enix sounds a little bit more Eastern.
His name is
So I
Kurt.
figured.
His name is Kurt. I read that wrong. In my head, it said something else.
Okay.
Okay. Did
Okay.
the R become an N?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I'm really sorry, Kurt. But yeah, they're doing that. That's happening. They're developing an RPG for an Apple Watch. That's interesting.
Not really.
Although how? Those things are like tiny.
Is there other news?
Should we move on? No one cares about the Apple Watch.
I mean, for an RPG, basically, if it's Square Enix, it's a JRPG. So basically, you just need to see hit points and magic points, and that's basically what you need to do to create an RPG. Everything else is kind of interchangeable. So it seems completely possible.
Destiny,
Says the huge fan of JRPGs.
Rise of Iron's Cosmodrome.
Yes.
Ruben, you sound
Right,
excited.
Yes. Finally, something more to pay. Wait, no.
Something more to pay, yeah.
Something more to pay.
Yeah.
Destiny,
It is
the
gonna be
taking
cheaper,
of your
to be fair
money.
enough. And it looks amazing, but if it isn't a giant add-on,
Press
much
start to
like
pay.
you get in Fallout. Yeah, exactly.
A special edition
I mean,
of
to be
South
fair-
Park, The Fractured But Whole. The Fractured But Whole. It's a genius title. Appears online. It includes a mobile device controlled Coon Mobile, driven by Cartman as
I
the
think that's supposed
Coon.
to be Coonmobile.
The Coon.
If it's driven by Cartman.
It's Coon Mobile.
Yeah, Coonmobile.
Coon Mobile.
The Batmobile. It's to help
Can
him
we
sleep.
say that word?
Coon Mobile? That's what it says here in the press release.
That's mobile. Like Batmobile. It's about the same way.
Coon Mobile.
Yeah. If it's
Batmobile.
driven by... if it's driven, it's a car. Making it an automobile.
Batmobile. Bat
Yeah.
it all over the wall. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, it's driven by Cartman as the Coon. Special edition. So that's happening. But I'm so looking forward to that game. Stick of Truth was awesome.
Yeah, plus it comes with... If you get the pre-order, it comes with the... what do you call it?
What's one of
What
those?
do you call it?
Comes with the Stick of Truth on...
Oh,
and
nice.
it's not... Get this. It is not a backwards compatible version of Stick of Truth. It's a HD version of the Stick of Truth, which is, for a little while, it'll be the only way you can get it.
Okay, I have more details.
Say HD. They sort of said it laughably because it's South Park. Like, how would you be able to tell it was HD?
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
The special
But yeah, so it's a full new version.
it's here. The special edition.
Also, with the full new version, this is the most important bit of news.
Okay, go.
All the bits that were cut out of the European version are now back in
Because
because nobody's bothered to reclassify it.
good work there, boys. Good work.
So well done.
Yeah, you can buy that.
So
There's
now we get to see Stan's
in
dad
there.
completely anally probed over and over and over and over and over again in Europe. So thank God for that.
I don't think it's God you need to thank for that. But yeah, that works. The special edition of South Park, The Fractured Butthole, The Fractured Butthole. What's Connect? I can't even speak today.
The fractured butthole.
Yeah, that works. That's available exclusively on Amazon for $190. According to this information here
From my mum.
from my mum. But yeah, you can get a Steelbook edition, the game plus season pass, and a remote-controlled Coonmobile
Oh, fantastic.
driven by Cartman as the Coon.
What's that going to retail at? Around about somewhere near 100?
if you get a 20% discount for new games for Prime subscribers, it brings the remote control bundle down to just over $150. So yeah, it's closer to $200. So whatever that works out to in old English money, or if you're for our friends in the States, yeah, better part $200 for you guys. I don't think
How much? Sorry, in English money?
nearly $200.
In English?
Oh, in English money, no, it's not that much in English money.
How much?
I don't know.
If it's nearly 200, so it's going to be like 180 to 170, 180.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
Pick up the English.
that's for the game. That's for a steelbook.
I think I'll be getting the normal edition.
That's for the steelbook edition with season pass.
And I'm an avid South Park fan.
Yeah,
and,
but
and the
even
limited
it
edition
shouldn't cost that
Bill.
much.
That seems ridiculous. You can buy a console for that.
Yeah, exactly.
No, quite literally. This day and age. They chopped you in half, you
I just
bitch.
want the Koeman Bill.
The Coon Mobile.
The Koen Mobile, yeah. Koen Mobile. There's an opportunity there for a phone network.
Who took my bike?
I can't actually believe you
son of a bitch.
you are running around as a gimp.
I am Gimp Thor.
Gimp Thor. How are you doing with the score? Where are we at?
Oh, I'm at 121,769.
Excellent work. Keep going.
Take my Gimp Hammer.
You're pushing that score now, aren't you? You're desperate to do that. That's good though, because that's pretty fucking high. Ruben, how high is your kill score again? I probably asked this already, but I'm gonna ask again.
It's
No
not that
idea.
high.
No idea. Nowhere near that.
Compared to Keith, nowhere near that. Compared to Keith, he's a zombie killing machine. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, if I could find a motorbike,
He's a zombie
I would
killing
be-
wizard.
well away right now.
Are you looking for? Oh, that'll do it. That'll probably help you. Beast.
It's quite big. Prefer the rolling whatnot. Anyway, the steamroller motorbike thing.
Rolling,
That's my favourite, with the flamethrowers mounted on the front.
keep them wizards rolling.
I'm just singing because
Well, that's up for debate.
that's it. No. There are so many. We get sent so many kind of news stories and stuff. It's hard to filter through the best ones
Yeah, it's very
right.
true.
because you get random stuff like Ghostbusters star Leslie Jones quits Twitter.
Well, that seems
You
like
know.
a shame.
Yep, we'll move on from that.
I'll just cry myself to sleep over that one.
Yeah,
We care.
that's the whole abuse thing. But we don't want to talk about that.
I didn't abuse her.
No, I know you didn't abuse
I
it.
abused her movie.
Yeah, you did.
That's not personal.
Game
But I
three.
can get backlash for it because I'm a man, so like people can give me abuse back.
Yeah, that's true. You will. Absolutely. That's where.
Unlike Comic Book Girl, who
That's
went on
where
and
we're
said it
at.
was disgusting that she didn't get any backlash just because she's a woman, because nobody can call her a misogynist. So, check out Comic Book Girl's channel. That's really good. Oh, I'll tell you something else you should check out today.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what you're doing. Check out. Well, no. Listen to the rest of our podcast, and then
Obviously.
go to YouTube, go to Bad Lip Reading, and check out Bad Lip Reading's High School Musical.
Oh,
That
it's
shit
that
is the
thing.
funniest thing I've seen in weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely funnier than Ghostbusters, without a doubt. Because I laughed the whole way through it. As opposed to everyone going, well, I laughed a few times. Thank you for that.
I laughed all the way through Ghostbusters.
Well, at the concept.
Oh, no, that wasn't the reason. That was not the reason. But, yeah, okay, bad lip reading stuff is all good. And I want to thank you again
reading.
for introducing me to that, because wow.
Yeah.
Like, this, so I still think this is Bushes of Love.
Oh,
I still
Yeah,
listen
one
to
of my
that
favorite
now.
all-time songs.
That's the
Bushes of
thing.
Love. I bought that on iTunes, that tune. I think I also own Russian Unicorn as well.
Since we're hovering around Star Wars,
Okay.
you know you want to talk about it.
Well, the Star Wars celebration this weekend, wasn't there?
Yeah, you know you want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Go on.
We were down in London. What? Oh, yeah. Thrawn.
Yeah, I knew.
Oh, my God.
I was like, any minute now. I've been baiting you since Star Trek. I was like, Star Trek, it will link nicely to Star Wars. No,
Anybody-
Abrams could. No,
Anybody who
still
has
not biting.
experienced any of the Star Wars extended universe, also now known as the Legends universe, all the old books and that, knows who Grand Admiral Thrawn is. In fact, there's a whole trilogy named after the man. The Thrawn trilogy, which is heir to the Empire, etc., etc. Like some of the first and some of the best extended universe books ever. And one of the guys in there is Grand Admiral Thrawn, and he's blue-skinned, he's got red eyes, and makes Grand Moff Tarkin look like a simpering idiot. Like,
Nice.
seriously, like this guy is clever. He does all his tacticals and the rest of it. Rebels has become one of the most essential watching for Star Wars fans in the last 2 years. The first season started off kind of kidified, and then it just got so much more like direct to any Star Wars fan. The fact that Darth Maul's in it, the fact that Vader's been in it. You've got proper
Yeah, that's
canon
pretty
characters,
good, yeah.
and anything that happens in that show becomes canon
Yep.
in the Star Wars
Quite right.
universe. So now, for the first
What?
time ever, Thrawn is going to be absolutely canon in the Star Wars universe. And on top of this, Timothy Zahn, who originally wrote the Thrawn trilogy, has come forth and said, yeah, this is definitely happening. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm writing a new book, and it's called Thrawn. And that's going to be canon as well.
So that's all going to be part officially of the Star Wars universe now.
Yeah. So
Not that it wasn't before,
So
but
this
it's
is-
now going to be canon, which is the central.
So this has got you really excited.
Oh, 100%. I think
unbelievably so. Because this means his character could appear in movies and shit like that as well. Because it's now
Right.
canon. Like, one of the greatest characters ever written. And also, like, they've said that it probably isn't going to happen. But you can't really do Thrawn without at some point introducing Mara Jade, which is really important
Ooh.
to Star Wars fans.
Mara! Yeah, that's my favorite. Okay, I'm happy.
Because there's lots of theories out there that Mara Jade is Rey's mother, which
Yeah.
probably isn't true, but it would
That would
lend
be
some
cool.
kind of credence to it if she does exist in the universe. You know?
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of excited by it because of these very reasons.
And this is all part of Rebels Season 3.
Yeah, Rebel Season 3, starting
And
in
then there's a
September.
book that's separate to Rebels, but that's...
And the book's out in early 2017. He hasn't quite finished it yet.
So he's working on that right now. And obviously we have more games to come, don't we?
As like Star Wars Battlefront, right? I had written it off. Wasn't excited about it anymore. Was regretting the fact that I ever bought it. And I
Yeah.
bought it digitally as well, so I'm stuck with it. I was really regretting that.
To be fair,
And then
I haven't
this
bought it.
weekend they announced something, and they showed a trailer
What?
for it.
what-
It's Star
what- I
Wars
missed it. What-
Battlefront Death Star. The next DLC is Death Star. It's all in ships, so you're gonna be in the X-wing. You're gonna be doing the have the ability
I
to
guess
do all
the
the
run, yeah.
trench runs and everything.
Nice.
Oh, it's gonna be X-wings against TIE fighters in an absolute aerial assault dogfight. And I was like, okay, finally, there might be a reason for me to play the game. Very, very excited by that. And it
Any other
looks
Star
good,
Wars games
man.
coming?
Yeah, there's the one by I can't think of her name now. Wrote Uncharted and that. We don't know much about it.
Oh,
other
really?
than it's probably going to be
Okay.
quite similar to Uncharted.
Which is
Oh,
not a
wow.
bad thing.
Yeah,
That-
and it's also going to have like 3 or 4 main characters that you'll play through different parts of their stories. So it's going to be more story based than anything else. So you'll get to see different parts of different stories with different characters, and then it'll all come together.
Okay.
So basically, it'll be a playable movie, which again is kind of like Uncharted anyway,
And there's a lot of stuff.
without all the murder. I imagine there'll still be quite a bit of
Yeah.
murder in it.
I think every Star Wars platform,
probably.
every media platform has something to look forward to from Star Wars, doesn't it? Yeah, certainly comic books are getting really good again as well from Star Wars. But there's more, but there's always Star Wars.
Who's
books.
releasing the comic books now for Star Wars?
It is Marvel.
Marvel.
Of course it is.
There's no, it's not. Of course it is. It was Dark Horse for a very, very long time.
Yeah, it was
It's,
Dark
no,
Horse,
it's
yeah.
Marvel. The current series I'm reading is.
Yeah, I didn't know whether that when they bought the rights, I didn't know whether they transferred as well, and then they just started doing the house, or whether the rights were already owned, because different things are owned by different people, such as most of the Marvel properties when it comes to films. So I didn't know whether that would still be the case.
No. That's Marvel. The one the Han Solo series I'm reading at the moment certainly is Marvel. But yeah, that's coming along, and obviously the movies. There's going to be a movie every year, So that's
For the foreseeable future.
yeah.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
It's a good time to be a Star Wars fan.
Is it? Because I wonder, Call of Duty,
Yeah, that's been saturized.
new
Is that
game
right?
every year, with different people doing different types of game over
Yeah.
separate years, but it's still fucking oversaturated. It's everyone's interest.
I mean, I
So-
don't like Black Ops 3. I mean,
What's happening
Like
with COD this
Okay.
year? Do you know what?
I'm actually looking forward to COD this year, but I know I'm on my own there, and the reason I'm looking forward to COD is because I'm a huge Halo fan, and it looks like Halo.
Is it COD in space?
No, it's Halo in
Yeah.
space, which is Halo.
So it's a Call of Duty game,
Yeah, that's
which
the
is
Halo
basically
game.
Halo.
Yeah. So I want to play it. But of course, most Call of Duty fans don't like Halo because they're Call of Duty fans. So they're a little bit miffed.
Are there a selection of dummies on the ground?
No.
Having been spat.
Yeah, a few people have thrown their toys out as well. But that's their right to. I mean, they're
Yeah,
the
of
guys
course.
paying 50, 60 quid each.
Yeah.
And you can
Supporting
tell
every
you
year.
can tell that Activision really aren't confident in it because they're also releasing a version where you get Modern Warfare with it.
See, that's
The
fair
first
enough.
Modern Warfare, which is a great game.
Yeah, there are a lot of you guys out there that absolutely adore Call of Duty. It's all you play, and for you guys, that must be quite annoying.
Yeah. But try it. You might
understandably
find
so.
out that you were wrong the whole time and Halo was better. I mean, it's quite likely.
You just
I
hang
mean,
that-
I
hang
tell you
that
what,
bait.
it looks so much like Halo Reach. It's unreal. Which is lucky for all you guys because Halo Reach is probably the best Halo game.
I still play Reach now.
It's awesome.
I love Reach.
It has the most going for it. You know,
love Reach.
different styles of gameplay. It did the whole thing where you actually get to fly a ship in space and dogfight. Looks like they've ripped that off as well. So fun,
That's
fun,
true.
fun.
Yeah.
I need to finish 5.
Yeah.
Still haven't finished 5 yet. I like them all. I love Halo. But then I know there are people out there that love Call of Duty as much as I love Halo.
Well,
So
what's not to love?
everyone's got the things that they like. But yeah, I think I suppose from that perspective, if things were in reverse, we were getting a Halo game that was Call of Duty.
Yeah, I'd be upset.
You'd be
So that's
upset.
their right. That is
That's their
absolutely their
right.
right. I'm not taking the fact that they're upset away from them. They're the guys that keep these companies in check. You know, well, keep the doors open.
In checks.
They should have some kind of say over what game they're playing. I'm not saying complete control because that's ridiculous. But if you were supposed to have like a war series, and you're now writing stuff in wars that never happened, you've kind of lost your way.
Yep.
You have.
Yep.
And
With
you
you on that.
need to face up with that. Now, they could have just done it, right? They could have released it as a new IP.
Okay.
They could have called it, what is it? Infinite War or something like that. That's a perfectly good title for
That's
for
something
a
in
game,
space.
for a new IP. And people might have gone, ooh, look at that. That might be a Halo beater. No controversy. But no, because they think, oh, we need to put the Call of Duty logo on it so that way we can sell it. But at the end of the day, you're not selling a Call of Duty product. You know what I mean?
Because it looks and smells and sounds and tastes like Halo.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean,
Not literally.
I can put a potato in a Pizza Hut box, but it doesn't make it a pizza inside now, does it?
No, it does not.
You know?
Potato Hut.
Yeah. You can dress something up as much as you want. If it isn't what it says outside inside, then you've you've let people down. So you should pay attention to what you're doing.
Well said.
What's
Yeah.
next from Halo? What's the plan for that? Because there's more stuff, isn't there?
Oh, quite likely.
Because we're not.
Yeah.
It's kind of not done at Halo 5, is it? There's other stuff.
As long as it's making billions, that'll be
Yeah, I could always play more Halo though. Always. I will always want to play Halo. Which is.
good. I like the last game, but I have to say it's not my favorite, even with all the hype.
I think Reach is probably still the strongest. I think Keith's absolutely hit the nail on the head there.
Like Reaching 3.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
First
I'm a huge
one,
fan
first one,
of,
3
ODST.
and Reach are the best ones. I enjoy ODST though, but it's fuck all like a Halo game.
Yeah, I mean it's not Master Chief.
But it's still clearly in the same universe.
Is that a
I
bit
just
of
enjoy
movie
that game
news?
so much.
Unsurprising movie news, but I've just had some movie news.
What movie is this?
Whilst we were talking, that the third part of the Divergent series will go straight to television.
What? don't they mean the fourth part of?
No,
Because
Yeah, the
Yeah,
three
'cause
parts
it's
already been
already out.
released.
is it 3
Yeah.
already?
Yeah.
No, it
Yeah.
isn't.
Yeah, it is.
the last, no, it's not because I've seen it at the cinema.
No, there's no. Is there 3?
There's a
Or is there
second.
2?
There's
The
a
third
second
one-
half.
third one was the one
there's
you
a
just
second
did.
half of the last one, like with Katniss and her films.
No, it's Allegiant. There's No, there's
Yeah.
Divergent,
Insurgent,
Allegiant,
Divergent.
and Ascendant.
And Insurgent, which has been out.
Divergent,
Yeah.
Insurgent,
Insurgent,
Allergent, or whatever that last
Allegiant.
one was.
Allergent.
Yeah, I'm allergic to this.
About right.
Allegiant.
Uh,
Yeah. So the second.
actually,
half
who
of
cares?
The last book.
More importantly, the last part, I suppose.
Well, you brought it up.
The final film will be turned into a TV movie because of the financial disappointment of the last episode, whatever number that
I don't
may
think
be.
it's just the
Yeah.
finances that are disappointing. I mean, some people saw the movie; they must know that was disappointing as well.
It's the same with apparently
Yeah,
they're likening
we've
it to
seen it.
Mortal Instruments, which was a more
To say
recent example.
disappointing. That's like saying
Can't be that
getting a
bad.
rash on your dick is disappointing. It's more than disappointing. It's downright upsetting and should never have happened.
Mortifying.
And if you'd paid attention yourself, you could have avoided it altogether.
Do you know what else is upsetting? The fact that we have to wrap this up now.
Like my dick. All covered in rashes and boils.
If you've been joining us, thank you very much. Look to the internet for all the things that we've been talking about today, but of course, pay your fare. Dead Rising 3 even is
Yeah.
available now. Dead Rising 4 is
I
coming
did the first
soon.
two chapters.
The first 2 chapters.
Yeah, even though it says end of chapter 1, I did the first two chapters. Because
It's-
you get chapter 0.
Keith will continue aiming to destroy his extremely high zombie killer score. I've been John Brown. He's been Keith Souch.
I have.
Ruben Shaw.
Me.
He's still being in. Thank God for that.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So
and
follow
wish you-
us on
Oh, yes, do this.
youtube.com/c/SOCUK_TGS. Follow us on twitch.tv/TGS_SOCUK. Go to Facebook, follow us. We're all over that place.
Yeah, we're there.
And
We'll
Twitter,
follow you.
And
We are.
twitter.com
Yeah, we are there.
Even in the shower.
as well. Find us on Twitter.
Twitter.com/SOCUK_TGS.
That's right, ditches. Actually, the YouTube one, it hasn't got an underscore in it. It's just SOCUK_TGS.
Did I say Twitter?
Glad you
No,
remember these
you got the
things.
Twitter one right. I got the YouTube one wrong.
Okay, that's
So
the YouTube one.
youtube.com/c/SOCUK_TGS.
Either that or we'll be hiding in your cupboard. Thank you very much and we'll see you next week.
I'm going to kill your nan.